Mahesh Jethmalani, this morning I actually couldn't believe it when I saw this series of comments. Very well orchestrated attack. The lobby is furious. Prashant Bhushan is furious. The Congress party is furious. The Shiv Sena Uddhav faction is furious. It's as if it's the greatest sin that the Prime Minister and the CJI have committed. Can you unmute yourself, Mahesh?
Arnab, I think there's been a cottage industry of secularism since, we changed our preamble during the emergency and added the word secular as if India needed to be reminded that it was a secular country. This country is democratic and secular inherently. That's because Hindus are inherently secular. We didn't have to be told about by an amendment to the preamble of the Constitution. And ever since that happened, the trend has been, this word secular has strained our country. Everything, secular has come to mean everything that is Hindu. Everything Hindu is now associated. If you do a slightest public exhibition regarding Hinduism, it becomes non-secular. There's a cottage industry. It reached its peak during the Gujarat riots. People made a business out of secularism. We know whom we're talking about. And that entire secularist.
Oh, lost the video there. Is it coming back? Oh, we just lost Mahesh Jethmalani. We're going to wait for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, while we are waiting for Mahesh Jethmalani's video to come back and it's frozen, I'm going to give it 30 more seconds. I want to show you another picture, and the picture I have is of, no, I'm not going to the panel. I'm going to go back to Mahesh. The picture I want to show is of these visuals, and then I'll show you the picture of Manmohan Singh meeting the 37th Chief Justice of India, K.G. Balakrishnan. Both were celebrating at an iftar party. This is a picture. It's going to, to set the ball rolling. Mahesh Jethmalani, you're back. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. We lost you in between.
Well, as I was saying, I mean, this whole secular cottage industry has begun ever since we amended the preamble to the Constitution and added the word secular as if we needed to be reminded that we were secular. And since then, secularism has become a disease in this country. Everything associated with Hinduism is non-secular. That cottage industry grew to its peak. It got its most glorious moment, according to it, during the UPA regime when they unleashed that false narrative about the Gujarat riots. Right now, they're out of business. Ever since Prime Minister Modi came to power, they're completely out of business. They yearn for those days when they could milk secularism. That is why this has happened today. If the Prime Minister had dropped in to the Chief Justice's residence for a simple cup of coffee, this would have passed muster. It is because it was a Ganesh Puja, a Ganesh Aarti, a seeking of darshan, that the hackles are being raised of this entire lobby. And it is incessantly the same lobby. It is Indira Jaising, Prashant Bhushan, Tushan Dave, and all of them report, as you saw, former ASG Indira Jaising set the whole ball rolling by putting something out on X and tagging Kapil Sibal onto it.
Yeah, but these people, I mean, who are they? Who are they? Who are they?
They are a bunch of people who thrive for their livelihood on public interest litigations, normally sponsored by extraneous forces, not all of them friendly to India. And
but these kind of people,
when those public interest litigations do not succeed,
but that is a reflection on their professional incompetence. That is, if they are professionally incompetent, PILs don't succeed, they don't need to take it out on the people. My question
they're not taking out the people.
Mahesh Jethmalani, there were visuals of the Chief Justice singing carols in the Supreme Court ahead of Christmas. And there are the visuals. Can I play the audio? Please, let's listen all wonderfully.
Nose reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say he glows. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
He sings rather well. That's the Chief Justice saying, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. And Prashant must be saying, oh, how secular, how secular, how secular that is. Did any of them object when this happened in the Supreme Court? So Christianity is secular, Hinduism is communal. It's
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What raises the hackles is the Hindu element to this whole thing. Because
Correct.
they are answerable to an audience overseas which is out to denigrate and subvert Hinduism.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I have the pictures there. Another visual I want to show of Manmohan Singh meeting KG Balakrishnan at the iftar party. So Manmohan Singh was hosting the iftar party. KG Balakrishnan was at the iftar party. Equally, KG Balakrishnan could have hosted the iftar party. Manmohan Singh could have met. But they had a wonderful time at the iftar party and this was completely secular. So having a Muslim event or a Muslim-centric event is secular. Another visual here, they seem both quite happy at that celebration of iftar. This is 18th September 2009. Any comments, Mahesh Jethmalani, on this visual? Nobody questioned it then?
Nobody questioned that, including, mind you, Indira Jaisingh was the ASG of the government at that time, the Additional Solicitor General. She did raise this issue.
Did she say no, KG Balakrishnan has become pro-Muslim?
No. Mute, conspicuous silence, selective outrage, double standards.
In fact, Rajiv Gandhi would love wearing skull caps. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. He was not a practicing Muslim, but to show his love and closeness to the Muslim community, which he has a right to, they would wear skull caps. That was also a fashion statement and a political statement at the same time earlier.
It's time we shed these shibboleths of the past. I mean, the first thing should be done is we need to take out, that amendment, that extremely mischievous amendment. We didn't have to herald. This country is democratic and we look after our minorities. We have the best constitutional provisions to look after our minorities. We don't have to proclaim we are secular by an amendment to the preamble. That's when it all started. It was some kind of raising secularism, which actually meant suppress your Hindutva and your Hindu feelings. That's what it was meant to do.
There's another visual source is the New Indian Express, I'm told. I'll just take it for a few seconds with proper sourcing going on here right now. There is a iftar party which is hosted by the Congress chief. I don't know if at that time who was the Congress chief. Was it Rahul Gandhi or was it Sonia Gandhi? 2018, June 13th, 2018. The Congress chief, then Congress chief, hosted an iftar party. Pranab Mukherjee was the sitting president of India. Do I have the visual? He attended the iftar party hosted by the Congress chief. And there is proof of that. 2018. Nobody questioned that. In fact, Rahul Gandhi and Pranab Mukherjee are sitting next to each other at that time, celebrating at the iftar party. Do we have it? Producers, do we have it? Okay, we'll get it in 30 seconds. While I get those 30 seconds, I'm only giving these visual examples. In fact, I'll tell you one more thing, Mahesh Jethmalani. Manmohan Singh hosted the Pakistani High Commissioner at the iftar party, right, at Prime Minister's house. So at that time, they would do iftar parties at Prime Minister's house, huge affairs, with all Muslim clerics, Muslim leaders, everybody called, including the Pakistanis were called. 2008, the Pakistanis carried out 26/11, and within 1.5 years, the Pakistani High Commissioner was cordially invited to the Prime Minister's house to have an iftar party with the then Prime Minister of India, Mahesh Jethmalani. I'm just giving more examples.
Arnab, why go that far? I mean, there's a much more sort of conspicuous example about this rubbish. When the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh said at one stage when he was the Prime Minister that the Muslim community had the first claim on the resources of this country. Why iftar parties are objectionable? Unless when you have Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations, you start getting selective outrage.
Yeah.
Then your double standards are transparent.
Absolutely.
So, nothing wrong. You can have all. I mean, Christmas carols, iftar parties. We are a secular country. But we are not an anti-Hindu country. We are proud to be a Hindu country.
Correct. So while I thank Mahesh Jethmalani